morning called The Diary of a CEO. And I don't know if you like podcasts. Actually, I didn't. I didn't watch a podcast. I listened to a YouTube video about interview that the Diary of the CEO. I can't remember his name. I should have looked it up. But he interviews a lot of dynamic, insightful, smart, savvy, successful people about the process of how they got that way and um, how to's in whatever industry he is interviewing them about. I was looking for my microphone because I was going to try to do that, but anywho. Um, and so today he was talking to Josh Kaufman. Um, but he has interviewed. I mean, if you have the ability to look at it and just check it out, I'm sure he has probably interviewed one of the people who you admire because he has interviewed almost everybody. And so today he was interviewing Josh Kaufman. I had never heard of Kaufman. He has written a couple of books. He did have a TED talk that went viral. I mean, I they say that it's the most viral TED talk ever. It has like 40 million views, if you could imagine. 40 million views is what his TED Talk has. And the TED Talk, the viral TED Talk is called The First 20 Hours. Now, I didn't listen to the TED Talk yet. I am going to listen to it, but one of the things that he talks about is learning how to do something and perfecting your craft. Now, let me go back a little bit. So, most of us have heard of 10,000 hours. One of the people who made that science thought popular was Malcolm Glover. If you haven't heard of Glover, Malcolm Glover, not the actor, research him. He is also great, powerful, and amazing. He is like the marketing guru of all time. He's written a lot of books. Malcolm made famous the 10,000 hours. And in the 10,000 hours, they talk about how long it takes to master a skill. The thinking is that it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill in any form. The skill could be playing the piano, learning how to play golf, becoming a motivational speaker, uh, writing a book. It could be a whole host of anything that you were trying to learn. They say that it takes 10,000 hours in order to learn how to do that with efficiency, mastery, and at the highest level of excellence. 10,000 hours. So you can also do a little research on that. What Josh Kaufman talks about is this point, the point in between that, the point in between getting started and having your 10,000 hours in. Yeah, a lot. Thank you. A lot of people have heard of 10,000 hours of learning how to master, perfect, whatever the thing is that you are learning to master and perfect. So I don't even know how long it would take 10,000 hours, but years. It would take years to log 10,000 hours, and not just you doing it, but you learning how to do it, you improving how to do it bit by bit, you watching other people who do it at a great level do it, you continuing to perfect the craft that you are learning and continue to grow at its highest level. Okay, so that is the 10,000 hours. But if you are at the beginning of the 10,000 hours, it's like, how do you get to that point? How do you get to the point where, number one, you find something that you are excited about learning? That's number one. That formulates into your passion for doing something, which means that you love it and you're good at it. That's what it means. And then putting the reps in to get the day by day, week by week, experience by experience, doing the reps to get to the 10,000 hours. Because listen, 10,000 hours is no joke. Okay? It's no joke. And so, even as I am starting my YouTube journey, one of the things that I am doing is to be consistent and to improve one thing with my videos every time I do it. And it could be something short, it could be something, a small step, it could be, but doing it consistently and improving 1%. I forget who said that, but improving a little bit over time. Because what a lot of people do, what I have done in the past, is I wait until I think I do it perfectly and then do it. But by that time, days, weeks, months have passed, and I still have not done the thing that I have been learning how to do. And so, doing it messy, not despising your small beginnings, starting before you're ready, jumping before you're ready, learning a little bit, and then getting into action. Like, those are the things that will help you get from where you are to where you desire to be. It is not watching other people do it, reading about doing it, practicing doing it. It's none of those things that are going to help you get to where you desire to be. It is literally learning a little bit and then doing it. Learning a little bit more and implementing that. Learning a little. That's what gets you out of your comfort zone and learning how to do new things at a rapid pace. And so I can remember I recently took a online class. I bought a package. And one of the things that I loved about the process is he taught us how to do something, and then the homework for that night would be to do it. That and it involved getting videoing yourself, you know, talking about what you do. I mean, it was very in the moment. It was very you could not get stuck in how something looks, because the very next day he would teach you another new tool, and then you would have to immediately implement the tool. And so I'm telling you that because one of the things that Josh Kaufman talked about in his interview with the Diary of a CEO is this thing that adults experience, in that we don't want to look like we don't know what we're doing. We want to be experts right out of the gate, even though we are learning to do something for the first time. We don't want to stumble. We don't want to fall. We don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to, we want to look like expert. That's just like me. If I wanted to learn how to play the guitar, and I do, that would mean that I would not even play the guitar until I was perfect at playing the guitar. I would watch people do it. I might take a lesson here or there, but I really wouldn't jump in until I was perfect. That is not really how skills work. It's about the practice. It's about the reps. It's about doing it before you're ready, doing it messy, doing it, even as it relates to public speaking. So I remember when I first started public speaking, number one, I would judge the people who were doing the thing that I had not yet had the courage to do. That's the first thing. So I would be judging people who were speaking and motivating people. I would be judged. Oh, well, they said too many times. If I did this, this is how I would do it. Well, I wasn't doing it because I didn't have the courage to do it. And so that goes back to the people who are judging and criticizing, the negative people who are in the comments. 9 times out of 10, they don't have a picture. They're not going live. They're not putting products into the marketplace. It's easy, like Brene Brown says, if you're not in the ring, what you're saying doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Because the people who are in the ring are not criticizing and judging other people who are in the ring, because we know the courage and the bravery that it takes to get in the room. And it's no joke. Now, part of what it takes to, I don't care what it is, I don't care what your wildest dream is. I don't care the thing that you want to do, the problem that you know for sure that you were created to solve. If you're not doing it, you're not doing it. If you're not doing the thing that changed people's lives, then you're not changing people's lives. Period. That is why, and here's the thing. If you want to be a public speaker, the most important thing that you could do is to immediately hit the record button, even if you don't know what to say. Even if you don't have 3 points, you don't have it you don't have it mapped out, you don't have your 3 points, is to just get in the habit of hearing your own voice, seeing how you look on camera, practicing. So let me give you a brief example. So my husband is doing something new at the church that we go to. And one of the things that they're having him do is to practice talking for 2 minutes about a subject that he might not know anything about. Okay. Now, just think about that. Most people are afraid of public speaking. And so what you are doing to, or in order to get out of your comfort zone, is to talk for 2 minutes about something that you don't know what you're going to have to talk about. So that means you're going to have to think fast on your feet. You got to have some kind of a brief process in place so that you can regurgitate the question, answer the question, and then regurgitate the question again. That is how I learned. So let's say if somebody says, Tawana, can you tell me 3 things that you think you need to know in order to play golf? Now, I don't know anything about golf. Golf is a skill, but I would say here are the 3 things that I have learned about playing golf. One of the things is the importance of the equipment. The second thing is the importance of time. And the third thing is the importance of being consistent. And then at the end of that, I would say, those are the 3 things that I have learned that are important about playing golf. That's like the process that I would put in place so that I would, you know what I'm saying, to know how to frame what it is I'm framing as far as the question is concerned. One of the things, I'm just going to throw this in because I think about it all the time. One of the things that is helpful if you are speaking, if someone asks you a question from the floor, you have to repeat the question and then answer the question. Don't just answer the question, because there may be people in the room who did not hear the question. If you're recording, it's going to be important that in the replay, the people who are listening to it are able to hear what the question was. So those are just tweaks. So if you are wanting to be a public speaker, a content creator, whatever it is, you got to start doing it. If you want to write a book, writers of books write. So I have written a couple of very easy to read books. And the thing about being an author is 80% of the people who start a book never finish. Listen to that. 80% of the people who say they want to do the thing don't finish the thing. 80% of the people who want to become an author never finish the book. So, what does that mean? How can you take that information and use it to help you become an author? That is, you have to be strategic. You have to put a strategy in place. I don't care if you say every, and this is where it gets sticky. Can you say that you're going to devote a specific amount of time to writing every day? Is that better for you, or is it better for you to say 3 times a week? So you want to set yourself up for success. If you can say you're going to do it every day, I would suggest you do it in a shorter amount of time. I would not say I am going to write for an hour a day. I would not say that. I would say I'm going to write for 20 minutes a day if I'm going to commit to doing it every day, because 20 minutes is a little more feasible for most people than carving out an hour a day. If you're going to do it 3 times a week, then I would say 3 times a week for at least 30 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever feels best for you. You really want to set yourself up for success, because in my own life, what I have done oftentimes is to say I'm going to do something every day, and then I do it every day for 2 weeks, and then I don't do it again. So that I've learned, now that I've learned that about myself, I don't say that I'm going to do something every day. Just like going live, I say I'm going to go live at least 2 times a week, because that is doable. It's doable for me to go live 2 times a week. What's not doable is for me to say I'm gonna go live that's not gonna work because I'm not gonna do that. And so you want to set yourself up for success so that you can build the muscle to get in your 10,000 hours. But the unique thing that Josh Kaufman said on his interview with the Diary of a CEO, the interesting thing that he said and suggested, and that his 40 million view TED Talk talks about, is the first 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes. Can you do something for 20 minutes a day or a certain number of days a week? He says that that is going to be the thing that can help you build the muscle, build the reps, put the time in. It's 20 minutes. Most of us, we can set our phone, our alarm. Hello, everybody. For 20 minutes. Most of us can read for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Most of us can maybe go for a 20-minute walk. 20 minutes is very doable. And so it's very interesting that if you just have a small shift of awareness, that 20 minutes seems doable. 10,000 hours, when I think of what it takes to get in 20,000 hours, I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. But 20 minutes, I can do 20 minutes. And so that's what I listened to this morning when I was getting my, when I was working on my puzzle. I'll have to show y'all the puzzle later, but, so that is something that you can use to get out of your comfort zone, because a lot of us, that's where, when we are, here's the other thing that Josh Kaufman said. As adults, if we are scared to do something, or we don't feel that we are capable of doing something, that is where we kind of go into procrastination, because there's a fear that we will be judged, that we won't be able to do it at the level that we see other people doing it, that we will end up looking stupid. And so we just end up not doing it. And if there is something, it reminds me, of the story in the Bible where God gives these three people three talents. One of them went off and did great things. The second one did an okay thing, and the third one just buried his talent and didn't do anything. It was so happy that he had held on to the one talent. But it's like, you don't have your talent, your skills, your gift, your passion, your purpose. That is not for you just to do nothing with it. It is for you to make a difference. It is for you to leave this world a better place. It is for you to help people move through the process that you have already been through. It is for you to help make this world a better place. It is not for you to just have a gift and sit on it because you are scared to do anything with it. That is why we are here. We all have a purpose. That's why you're here. You are, and your purpose is tied to your passion. You have something within you that is important, that means the world to you, that makes you feel like we could get better at this. I could help solve this problem. This is a passion that I'm really emotional about. That we all have that thing that we are passionate about, and that thing is tied to a group of people. And if you never step outside your comfort zone and have the courage to do it, there's a group of people who won't see it the way that you are giving it, because you are not being courageous and brave. And it takes us being courageous and brave in order to be the example of other people being courageous. Like, that's literally what it takes. It takes us being brave, doing it before we're ready, learning a little bit, and then getting into action. Like, that is literally what it takes. And so when you can do that, you not only feel proud of yourself, feel like you're making a difference. You also encourage other people to do the same. And so I just came on here. I just came on here to give you a little bit of something that I learned. You see how I did that so quick? I listened to the podcast this morning, then I came on and did a video about it. So you do the same. Subscribe to my video. I do it to my video. Subscribe to my channel. I give a lot of tools on things that you can do in the moment, in the moment, in the moment, in the moment. So subscribe, like, share, comment, do all the things. And I'll see you later. Bye.